William Cooley says the Israelites wandered the desert for 40 years. Where did they get enough food for their cattle and wood for the burnt offerings? Well, so there is scrub in the Sinai Peninsula. There are places where you can have your cattle, whether it's cows, sheep, or goats, where you can have your livestock feed. And the Israelites weren't on the move the whole time. They would camp out in certain locations for long periods, and presumably those places were, and there you can find maps of them and stuff, but presumably those places, at least back in the day when the Israelites were there, this would be about 12,000 BC, there would have been food available for the animal. The wood would not be from large scale trees because they didn't have large scale trees in the Sinai Peninsula at the time, but they did have scrub, and you could use wood not from trees, but basically from bushes, to offer sacrifices. Incidentally, they had the same issue in Egypt, where they came from. Wood in ancient Egypt was very rare. They would actually import it from Lebanon. For where they have the famous cedars of Lebanon, but they did have small bushes, small trees growing along the Nile. They had reeds and things like that, so they had stuff they could burn, and small amounts of wood on their own, but they didn't have like big planks of lumber. They had to import those. And so this was a common position or common problem, but they burned sacrifices in Egypt too. They just didn't burn wood from big trees. They burned wood from bushes or other things that grew natively in Egypt.
And before we go, don't forget to like, comment, share the podcast with others, and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you always get notified whenever I have a new video. Thank you, and God bless you.